Bhagavate Vas. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna, Balaram, Bal Gopal. Nrsimhadev Bhagavan, Jagannath, Baladeswar, Gaunitai, Tulsi Mani, Haridas Thakur, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So today we'll continue with Canto 11, and today is chapter number 12, which is entitled Beyond Renunciation and Knowledge. In this chapter, the glories of holy association and super excellence of the pure love of the residents of Vrindavan are described. So this is Krishna is describing the glories of the Brijbasis to Uddhav. The association of saintly devotees destroys the soul's attachment to material life. So devotee association is so powerful, very important to have devotee association. It's capable of bringing even the Supreme Lord Krishna under one's control. So this is the power of the bhakta. Bhaktas are very powerful. They can control Krishna. Neither yoga, Sankhya philosophy, ordinary religious duties, study of scriptures, austerities, renunciation, works of Ishta and Purtam, charity, vows of fasting, worship of the deity, secret mantras like the Gayatri mantra is a secret mantra, visiting of holy places, nor adherence to any major or minor regulatory principle can affect the same result. So this is the power of association with devotees. In every yuga, many living entities entangled in the mode of passion and ignorance gain the association of my devotees. These souls, without undergoing serious study of the Vedic literature, nor worship of great saintly persons, nor executing severe vows or austerities, were able to achieve the Lord. So what one can get by simply associating with devotees, even for a short period of time, is unlimited, greater than anything, practically speaking. This applies to the demons, the monsters, the birds and animals, as well as the Vaishya, Shudra, women, and others. Examples are Vrittasura, he was the son of Bali Maharaj, Prahlad, Bali, Banasur, Maya, Vibhishan, Sugriv, Hanuman, Jambavan, Gajendra, Jatayu, Tuladhar, Dharma, Vyadha, Kubja, the gopis in Vrindavan, and the wives of the Brahmins who were performing sacrifice. So you can say some of these personalities were born in demoniac families or are animals, and or they're not very well versed in the scriptures, but through the association of devotees they became great devotees. So then Krishna talks about the residents of Vrindavan, headed by the gopis, were always completely attached to Krishna with deepest love. Their minds, which were overflowing with the ecstasy of being with him, perceived an entire night spent in his company as just a fraction of a second. And it is said that night was equivalent to Lord Brahma's night, which is a very, very long time, some millions of years. Therefore, when Akrura brought Balaram and Krishna to the city of Mathura, they suffered fatigue, extreme mental distress. That's the gopis, because of separation from the Lord, and they could not find any other source of happiness. Their entire consciousness was simply bound up in Krishna. All these hundreds of thousands of gopis, understanding Krishna to be their most charming lover and ardently desiring him in that way, were unaware of his actual position. They didn't even know that this is the Supreme Lord. They didn't even care. Even he might be God. Doesn't matter. He's our friend. He's our lover. Yet by intimately associating with him, the gopis attained Krishna. This is the incomparable excellence of the gopis' pure love of God. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, after imparting these instructions to Uddhav, advised that for the sake of attaining the absolute truth, Uddhav should give up all consideration of religion and irreligion as promulgated in the Shrutis and the Smritis, and instead take shelter of the Lord as per example of the women of Vrindavan. So this is, the Lord is using the example of the gopis, preaching to Uddhav. Having heard Krishna's words, the doubt in Uddhav's heart does not go away, and his mind was still bewildered. Krishna said, the Supreme Lord gives life to every living being and is situated within the heart. He can be perceived in his subtle form within the heart by one's mind. So this Paramatma, God is very close to us as Paramatma. But we are thinking God is very far because we cannot perceive him within the heart by the mind. But we have to somehow make a conscious effort. My Lord, you are with me all the time. Since the Lord controls the mind of everyone, even great demigods like Shiva, he assumes a gross form as the various sounds of the Vedas. The functions of the working senses should be understood as his materially manifest form. Of course, the Lord's form is not material, but when he comes into this material world, it may appear to be material, but it's not, it's spiritual. One who, with the help of the bona fide spiritual masters, can understand that the one supreme truth appearing in many forms actually knows the meaning of the Vedic literature. With steady intelligence, you should develop unalloyed devotional service by careful worship of the spiritual master. And with the sharpened axe of transcendental knowledge, you should cut off the subtle material coverings of the soul. Krishna advises this in the Bhagavad Gita as well, that use the sword of knowledge to detach yourself from this material world. So he's giving similar instruction here, which he gave to Arjuna, now he's giving to Uddhav. Upon realizing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you should then give up that axe of analytical knowledge. So even the knowledge we don't need, because you need simply bhakti. Chapter 13, which is entitled Hams Avatar, answers the questions of the sons of Brahma. In this chapter, Lord Sri Krishna explains to Uddhav how human beings, overwhelmed by sense gratification, become bound by three modes of nature and how to renounce these modes. The Lord then describes how he appeared in his form of humps before Brahma and the four sages headed by Shanak, and revealed to them various confidential truths. So Hams Avatar is a swan avatar, appeared before Lord Brahma, and also the four Kumaras. The three modes, goodness, passion, ignorance, are related to material intelligence, not to the soul. They're not connected to the soul. But because the soul is conditioned by them, it appears that there's a connection. The three modes increase their different influences and prominence through water, one's association with one's children or with people in general, the particular place, time, activities, birth, meditation, chanting of mantras, and purificatory rituals. Interesting how the water also influences its modes. Very interesting. One should conquer the lower modes of passion and ignorance by the mode of goodness. And then one must surpass the mode of goodness by acting in transcendental mode of pure goodness. By associating with things in the mode of goodness, one becomes more fully situated in that mode, various types of scriptures, through various types of scriptures. One has to revive one's direct knowledge of the spirit soul and drive away the illusory identification with the material body and mind caused by the three modes. So again, this is advice that we can try to directly perceive the spirit soul, who we are. Interesting. You can remind ourselves every day, I am not this body, I am spirit soul, fully dedicated to the Supreme Lord. It's a very good reminder to give one itself, especially after one just gets up and straight away remember, I am not this body. By increasing the mode of goodness, one automatically can understand and practice religious principles. And by such practice, transcendental knowledge is awakened. So, Uddhav inquires, my dear Krishna, generally human beings know that material life brings great future unhappiness. Right? Why is that? Why do we know? Because constantly we are put into difficult situations. So we know this world is not going to give us happiness. Still, they try to enjoy material life. My dear Lord, how can one in knowledge act just like a dog, ass, or a goat? Lacking discrimination, one identifies with the material body. And consequently, the mode of passion, which produces misery, takes over the mind, which is normally in the mode of goodness. As the mind evolves its function of decision and doubt, it creates intolerable hankerings for sense gratification. Unfortunate persons who are bewildered by the urges of the mode of passion become the slaves of their senses, even though they know that the eventual result of their work will be suffering. So it's a lack of discrimination. It's we're thinking, we know it's not going to benefit us, yet we still dive into sense enjoyment.
Prabhuji?
Yes.
Just one question. The last line.
Yes.
People who are into this mode of the patient become slaves of the senses, and even though they know that this is going to end into suffering, but most of the time people don't know what they are doing.
Yeah, correct.
So isn't it because they wouldn't know that what is the result will be the suffering because they are so much into sense gratification.
Correct. And that can be almost going towards the mode of ignorance,
Yes.
Yeah. Because, for example, the drunkard on the street, we can see objectively that that person is struggling, but actually he still wants to continue the life he has, the drinking, even though the facility is available for him to perhaps stay somewhere indoors, he still stays outside, and it's very difficult to understand, right? But this is the modes of nature taking over, takes over the mind, which is normally in the mode of goodness. Yeah. Is that your point, Naniman? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunate persons who are bewildered by the urges of the mode of passion become the slaves of their senses. So their whole life, the whole day is dictated by wanting to enjoy tasty things, wanting to see beautiful things, wanting to hear, sense enjoyment, music. And devotees do the same. But they want to taste Krishna's prasadam. They want to taste the Tulsi Mata, which has been offered to Krishna. Devotees want to see the forms of the Lord. They want to hear pastimes of Krishna or bhajans. So we're doing the same activity. It's just the mood is different. Right? The mood is different. One is controlled by the senses. The other is going towards this, like becoming self-aware. Same activity, practically speaking. Although the intelligence of a learned person may be bewildered by the mode of passion ignorance, he should again carefully bring the mind under control. So sometimes, yes, we get influenced by these modes, but then we realize, okay, I need to control my mind. So bring the mind back under control. By clearly seeing the contamination of the modes of nature, he does not become attached. A person should be attentive and grave, never lazy or morose. Mastering the yoga procedures of breathing and sitting properly, one should practice fixing the mind on me at dawn, noon, and sunset. Thus, gradually the mind should be completely absorbed in the Lord. This is the actual yoga system taught by devotees headed by Sanak Kumar. So what we do, we try to do the same meditation, the same yoga by chanting the Maha Mantra and try to fix the mind on listening to the sound of the holy names. And we are blessed by the Lord allowing us to do that. Sri Uddhav said, my dear Krishna, at what time and in what form did you instruct the science of yoga to Sanak and his brothers? Uddhav is very sharp, right? Asking questions immediately when Krishna is saying something. Krishna said, once the mental sons of Lord Brahma, headed by Sanak, mental because they came from the mind of Brahma. There was no sexual activity leading to the sons' appearance. They came from the mind of Brahma. This is the power of Lord Brahma. They inquired from their father, Lord Brahma, about the different subject matters of the supreme goal of yoga. As people's minds are naturally attracted to material sense objects, and similarly, the sense objects in the form of desire enter within the mind. How can a person who desires liberation, who desires to cross over activities of sense gratification, destroy this mutual relationship between the sense objects and the mind? So the mind becomes very attracted to try to enjoy the senses. How can we try to overcome that strong relationship? Brahma could not answer. Lord Brahma himself has no material cause. He is the cause of the creation of all living beings. He's the greatest amongst the demigods. Yet even Brahma is always suffering agitation of the mind due to the duties he has to perform. He's got so much to do. This creation is not easy. Right? So many different things he has to worry about. Therefore, when he was questioned by the sons headed by Sanak, who were born from his mind, about the means for driving away desires for sense gratification, he was unable to give them an answer. In order to receive some insight into this matter, he took shelter of the Lord, who appeared before him in the form of the swan incarnation, Lord Hamsa. Very interesting. And why the swan? The swan is reputed to get to the nectar, right? If there's a lot of water, it'll try to get to the nectar, the best bit of that water. So this is why he's come as a swan. Swan wants to give the best knowledge to Brahma and the sages. The sages, placing Brahma in the lead, worshipped the Lord's lotus feet and asked him who he is. The Lord answered, if you believe I am also a jiva soul and that there's no ultimate difference between us, since all souls are ultimately one without individuality, how is your question possible or appropriate? Why did he say that? Because in the beginning, the four Kumaras were thinking that the soul and the Lord are one, right? That's what they were thinking in the beginning. And then later they went to Vaikuntha. They smelt the tulsi from the lotus feet of the Lord. And just by smelling that tulsi, they became devotees of the Lord, as opposed to being Mayavadis. If by asking me you are referring to the material body, then I must point out that all material bodies are constituted of 5 gross elements. Thus, you should have asked, who are you 5? Because when we're introducing ourselves, we're introducing the body, right? We're not introducing the soul. We're just introducing the body. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. And as all material bodies are constituted essentially of the same elements, then your question is meaningless, since there would be no purpose in distinguishing one body from another. Thus, it appears that in asking my identity, you're merely speaking words without any meaning or purpose. Wow, what a start. Having understood my transcendental nature, the self-realized souls give up both material mind and its objects. Waking, sleeping, and deep sleep are 3 functions of the intelligence caused by modes of material nature, whilst the living entity remains a witness to them. So this is our situation. We're living in this body, but actually we are essentially witnesses, although we are thinking we are being affected by everything that's going on around us. But essentially, we're witnesses. But I am the 4th stage of consciousness, and an intelligent person remains situated in me who is beyond the functions of material consciousness. One should fix the mind on me alone. If, however, one instead continues to see different values, goals in life, then although apparently awake, one is actually dreaming due to incomplete knowledge. This is quite important, that we try to fix our mind on the Supreme. While awake, the living entity enjoys with all of his senses the fleeting characteristics of the material body and mind. While dreaming, he enjoys similar experiences within the mind. And in deep, dreamless sleep, all these such experiences merge into ignorance. By remembering and contemplating the succession of wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep, the living entity can understand that he is one throughout the 3 stages of consciousness and is transcendental. Thus, he becomes the Lord of the senses. So it's important to understand whether we're sleeping, whether we're in deep sleep, whether we are in a state of dreaming or in wakefulness, we are the one supreme, one spirit soul, right? We may go through those stages. The body may go through those stages, but it does not make us, the spirit soul, go through. We're simply witnesses. We're not affected by these 3 conditions. So it's important to understand that. And that's how one can become transcendental. With the sharpened sword of knowledge acquired by logical reflection and the instructions of the sages and Vedic literatures, cut off the false ego, which is the breeding ground of all doubts, and worship me, who am situated within the heart. The spirit soul by nature exists in a single state of pure consciousness. However, in this world, the modes of nature divide the soul's consciousness into, wakefulness, dreaming, dreamless, deep sleep. However, by experiencing the happiness of the soul, one should give up material speaking activities. If sometimes one must observe the material world, one should remember that it is not the ultimate reality. Yeah, it's not the ultimate reality. It's a temporary situation that we're in. Therefore, one has to give it up. Or by force, have to give it up anyway at the time of death. So why be forced? Why not voluntarily give it up? By such constant remembrance, up until the time of death, one will not again fall into illusion. One who is perfect in self-realization does not notice whether the temporary body is sitting or standing. This is somebody who is in a very highly elevated situation. Indeed, if by God's will the body is finished, or if God's will he obtains a new body, a self-realized soul does not notice, just as a drunken man does not notice the situation of his outward dress. A self-realized soul who is awakened to the absolute reality and who is thus highly situated in the perfect stage of yoga will never again surrender to the material body and its manifold manifestations. Knowing it to be just a body visualized in a dream. It's almost like you're wasting time enjoying in this material body, trying to enjoy something we can't enjoy. Why waste time? My dear Brahmins, I have now explained to you the confidential knowledge of Sankhya by which one philosophically distinguishes matter from spirit, and of Astanga Yoga, by which one links with the Supreme. So he's done two things, Sankhya Yoga and Astanga Yoga. Sankhya Yoga is distinguishing between matter and spirit. Astanga Yoga is establishing the link with the Supreme through yoga. Please understand that I am the Supreme Lord Vishnu. I have appeared before you desiring to explain your actual religious duties. Krishna said, thus all of the doubts of the sages headed by Shanak were destroyed by my words. So, end of chapter 13. So we can stop there. Any questions, any comments? Quite philosophical chapters here, but very interesting ones. Yes.
Very deep thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Very deep.
It is.
Yeah, but absolutely true.
Yes.
Mind should be controlled. But at times, Prabhuji, whatever we do, we are overcome by Maya.
Yes.
Whatever we do, I've been in this class learning, knowing that this is it. I mean, because it's a material world that we are in, we get overcome and we make mistakes. But at times I just don't find any answers.
Yes. And at that time is the best time to approach the Lord. My dear Lord, I am completely lost. Because that is actually our position. And we can with sincerity say to the Lord, help. We are completely immersed in this Maya of yours. And although trying to understand, still your Maya is so strong, it's very hard to maintain this spirituality at all times.
Yes, this is it.
Yeah.
Maintain it at all times. This is it.
This is it. But see, this is where our weakness can be turned into a strength, because that prayer is sincere. And the Lord answers those sincere prayers. He will send his blessings, he will send his mercy, because he knows those prayers are from the heart. We mean it. We are weak, in this world. So that's our strength. The weakness becomes our strength, which is very unusual. But yeah, we can actually pray sincerely. Somebody who's wealthy and they got everything at their disposal. They can go to the Lord and say, "Oh, I have nothing. But they can't mean it because they have everything. So that prayer is, if you like, without feeling, without any, like, sincerity in one sense. But we literally have nothing. We are very poor. So we can pray to the Lord sincerely, my dear Lord. You know our situation. I am sincerely praying to you. Please assist us so that we can never forget you. Always be in remembrance of you. So,
Yeah.
thank you, Nariman. And most of the devotees, Prahlad, Gajendra, Bhishma, their prayer was very focused. And generally, please don't let me forget you. Please let me remember you in every situation. That's a very nice prayer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nariman. Anybody else wanted to share any?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I forgot to join today.
No, that's okay.
I just remember, so I put it about 4:30. I
Mhm.
was listening anyway. I might have to go on YouTube again.
Yes.
What's the difference between dreaming and dreamless
When
and experiencing the happiness of the soul?
yes. So when we're dreaming, it's like
Is it the dreaming when you're sleeping?
yes, that's correct. And when it's dreamless, it means we're into deep sleep. That deep sleep, it means there's no dreams. There's no. It's total ignorance, basically. Total ignorance. Total darkness. And that deep sleep is also somewhat required so that the body becomes rejuvenated, So there's three states: wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep.
Okay.
And in terms of happiness of the soul, we are looking for happiness in this material world through our material senses, trying to find happiness in, what we eat, what we hear, what we're looking at. But because it's not connected to the Supreme, that happiness is very fleeting and temporary. And it will never give us satisfaction. But when that happiness, when that, looking for, when we are connecting the senses to the Lord. So if we eat Krishna Prasad. If we watch, we can watch, Krishna's Leelas. If we are hearing, we can hear bhajans or a class by, the pure devotees. That way we are purifying our senses, existence, and ultimately that will lead to happiness on the spiritual platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say you see things, is it like things in the house? You think it's making you happy?
Yeah.
Or is it to see Krishna or just think of Krishna all the time?
Ideally, if somehow we can place the Lord in the center of our life, then that is perfect. Yeah. So every activity, everything we buy, we offer it to God. We say to the Lord, I bought this, sari, or I bought this
Oh, that's what I do.
saucepan, and
Yeah.
it is for your pleasure, my dear Lord. We connect it to God. Everything we try to connect it to God.
Okay, so it's anything you bring from outside, offer to God.
Offer it to God. Because that way your mentality then becomes focused on God. He becomes the center of your life.
Life, yeah.
And
Okay.
practically speaking, we can offer everything to him.
Yeah, yes. Sometimes the way you are telling me, this is sometimes I do. When I buy new
Right.
clothes, I
Good.
offer to the good photo first.
Oh, good.
Then I wear.
Mm.
I say,
Good.
but I have to think about the things now that even if you buy any
Anything,
furniture or any
anything. Yeah.
non or like in the house you buy something nice,
Mm.
offer it to God first, and then you start using it.
Perfect. That becomes prasad. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
No,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
thank you.
How is your trip?
Yeah, it was good. Lord's mercy.
And
Fine.
this time you live really long there, didn't you?
2 months. Yeah. Last time I think it was the same. 2 months. Yeah.
2 months, yeah. For us, it was like long.
Yeah. Yeah, it
You
was
know,
good. Yeah, it was Lord's mercy.
your health all right, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Fine.
people who come with you were all
Yeah.
right.
Yep. They're all healthy, and
Good.
I think they came back healthier, which was good.
Okay, that's good. That's very good.
Thank you.
Nice to see you back.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bhavin.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So, Srimad Bhagavad Puran ki jai. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. Uddhav ki jai.